happy until somebody sells something. So much of the American economy depends on the salesman's success. Therefore, the salesman who can move merchandise is always in demand. He is never out of work. The salesman turns the wheels of industry. And because he is so important to business success, he is among the most highly rewarded of all people. Anybody can work at a bench or sit behind a desk, depending on somebody else's favor to get ahead. But the salesman is his own boss. He works on incentive. He gets paid for what he does. He sets his own work schedules, his own goals. Everybody respects him because nobody, from the chairman of the board down to the filing clerk, draws a paycheck until the salesman draws his pay. And the more he makes, the better off everybody is. Well, these are some of the reasons I have chosen this exciting and highly paid career of selling, and why I can recommend it to you. I, for one, am proud to be a salesman. A salesman, of course, can only be as good as his company and its products. The company that is considering you is a good one. It's a leader in its field. They've been in business since 1914. They have sales offices in every city in the United States, in many cities in Canada and abroad. More than $600 million worth of their products have been sold since the last war. The company and its products have won national recognition. They have been the subject of major articles in magazines like Life, New Yorker, Business Week. Its product is advertised in and guaranteed by Good Housekeeping Magazine and Institute. The product has been on television. Jack Parr did a feature on it on his show. The company has the highest financial rating it's possible to get. Dun & Bradstreet AAA1, which puts it in the select class along with General Motors, General Electric, American Telephone, and a handful of other blue-chip companies. Now, how did it earn that rating? Well, its salesman earned it. The company is recognized not only for the quality of its products, but for its outstanding selling organization, one of the world's best. Do you need experience in selling to join them? No. It's nice if you have it. But experience is not required because their managers can train any man who's accepted to make good earnings in a short period of time. As a matter of fact, over 90% of the company's most successful people never sold before they joined this company. Who qualifies for what kind of earnings? Let me give you a few typical case histories. The men who answered the ad came together just as you have today. A man from the company gave them the facts, much as I have been doing. The people had come from all sorts of backgrounds, but they had one thing in common. They were looking for a chance to earn a better living in a respectable job. There was Fred Benish, 24 years old, high school graduate, employed part-time as a punch press operator. Robert Curry, 32, college graduate, former assistant accountant, presently unemployed. George Mailer, 40, high school graduate, experienced in selling hospital supplies, presently unemployed. Darrell Grove, 31, trade school graduate, journeyman bricklayer. Peter Janusik didn't finish high school, laborer, unemployed. All the applicants were given an aptitude test. The test, which is the same one you will be given, has been developed by the company over a period of years to determine whether or not an applicant has the inherent psychological and personality traits to be successful in a selling career. People who never thought of themselves as salesmen often qualify. Others, even when they have had previous experience, sometimes do not. Robert Curry, the college graduate, proved to be much too timid and retiring to ever succeed in selling. Peter Janusik lacked the personality that successful selling requires. The others were told to report to the office of the local distributor the next morning. The next several days were spent in intensive training. The men were instructed in the basic techniques of selling. They learned about the company's products and how to show them to best advantage, how to close sales and write up orders. At the end of the training program, numerous prospects and methods for obtaining prospects were given to each man. Their selling careers would begin the next day. Now, all of us who work for a living do it to earn money, of course. But that's just a means to an end. We also want to prove that we're as good as the next guy. That's how it was with these men. And if you'd have been able to overhear their conversations that night, you might have predicted how their careers would turn out.
You know, somehow this selling job feels right, honey. Gives me a chance to meet people, to talk with them. And you know I like to do that. Besides, it's a white-collar job and I'm on my own. To tell you the truth, I wish it were tomorrow already.
I don't know whether I can do this or not.
Well, you passed the test.
I know, but I've never done any selling.
Look, it isn't as though you didn't have a good trade, honey. Maybe you can't set the world on fire as a salesman. But if you can just make enough at it to fill in between jobs, it'd be something.
I want it to be more than that. In a couple of years, Jack will be in college, and that'll take real money. Well, we'll see.
The good thing about selling this way is that everybody's a prospect. Well, it's not like calling only on hospitals and being out on the road all day and bucking cutthroat competition.
Well, I know this much. The products are wonderful. You sold me.
Well, that's right. And you know, honey, if I can sell you, I can sell anybody.
Well, honey, I've been selling less than 2 weeks, and already we're having steak with all the trimmings.
It's like a celebration.
Yep, and look, over $200. How about that?
Why, Fred, that's wonderful. But will it go on?
Well, the boss says it's pretty good for a new man, but next week, I'll top it. You watch.
Well, here it is, Kate. Kind of a slow start, I guess, but I've got a lot of good prospects lined up for next week.
Well, I don't think it's so bad for a start.
Well, I'm not satisfied yet, but I'm sure there's a great future in it. Monday, the sales manager is going to make some calls with me, and we've got a sales clinic for tomorrow night. I'll get the hang of it pretty soon.
Well, not as much as I made on my old job. But $120 the first week isn't bad, do you think?
I think it's wonderful. You're bound to do better, George. Besides, you're enjoying this job, I can tell.
All of them did better as they gathered experience and went on with their training. In 2 years, Darrell Grove had $3,000 in the bank. All of it out of his sales earnings from working part-time. George Mailer averaged $120 a week his first 6 months. Today, he's averaging $235 a week. Fred Benish, well, he's a good example of what can happen to any man who has the ability and ambition to make the most of the opportunity that is open to any one of you. Starting in his second month with the company, Fred became a full-fledged senior dealer. His earnings increased to more than $1,000 a month. He became a field counselor, and he was on his way to even higher earnings. Fred and Marge set the date and began shopping for a home in the better part of town. At work, he had his own desk and was receiving additional training in business management, finance, contracting, and all of the things he would have to know when he took the next step, which came shortly after his first year with the company. He was now an area distributor. So far, he had made no investment in the business. Now, with a modest investment, he opened his own office and equipped it with furniture and inventory. He had taken another great step forward in his career. Fred's efforts now were directed towards supervision and motivation of other men. He became a well-known and respected businessman in the community. His income from $1,800 to $2,500 a month. What's ahead for Fred? Well, this year he'll be offered an opportunity to become a franchised factory distributor in another city. He'll only have to invest about $5,000, and he saved that easily, despite the fact that he has enjoyed a standard of living better than 95% of the people in the United States. The sky is the limit for Fred Benish from here on. He has been successful beyond his wildest dreams. He had no previous experience in selling, but readily adapted himself to it. The majority of the company's most successful men never sold before either. In Fred's case, the company simply made the best use of his talents when they promoted him as quickly as they did. Is Fred's case exceptional? Oh, yes. He moved ahead rapidly, but the other men who started with him have done well, too. All of them have greatly improved their standard of living and have earned new respect from their families and friends. Now, I'd like to tell you about and introduce you to a few men who actually started where you are not long ago. Here is Bill Early's home in Downey, California, just outside Los Angeles. And here's the proud owner. How are you, Bill?
Hi, Don. Just fine, thank you.
Good. Bill, I understand you were an accountant before you came with the company?
That's right, Don. I studied accounting in college and took a part-time job working with the company to sort of help with my expenses. But by the time that I had finished school, I was making so much money in selling, I couldn't find an accounting job that would pay quite so well.
Are you sorry that you never got around to accounting?
Not at all, Don. I wouldn't trade jobs with anyone.
Oh, isn't that a wonderful way to feel? Thank you, Bill, ever so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Bye. This beautiful home in Yardley, Pennsylvania is the residence of Mr. and Mrs. Jim Marion. Come on in here, Jim.
Don, how are you?
Oh, just fine. And you?
Wonderful.
Jim, what's your story?
Well, Don, I'm a graduate of St. Louis University Law School, and I decided to get out of the law business because I wanted to make money while I was still young.
So you went into the
Selling business, that's right, with the present company I'm with.
I see. Well, judging from the looks of this home here, Jim, you must have done pretty well for yourself.
Well, I made more money than I ever dreamt possible.
Isn't that wonderful? How long did it take you to reach the kind of figure you make today, Jim?
Approximately 5 years.
Oh, my. That's not a long period of time, is it?
No, it's not.
Jim, good luck to you.
Thank you, and pleasure meeting you, Don.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
This beautiful home is the residence of Jim Sperry from Dallas, Texas. Jim also sent us a picture of his boat, this Chris Craft cruiser. Jim started as a salesman for the company, became a distributor, and is now Southwestern Divisional Supervisor. Hi, Jim.
Morning, Don.
Jim, did you have any previous selling experience?
Yes, Don, I spent 9 years with a competitive company. But they weren't as successful as I thought they should be. And when I came with this company back in 1948, I was flat broke and had to earn money immediately.
Well, I understand that you did very well right from the start. What made the difference?
Well, that's easy. A better product, a far better training program, a much better company, as a matter of fact, the best in the business.
Well, that lineup of qualities must make it a wonderful company to work for. Glad to see you, Jim. Thank you. This is the home of Mr. and Mrs. Ray George of Denver, Colorado, at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. Ray, come on in, will you?
Hello, Don.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Ray, tell me, what was your background before coming with the company?
I was a short order cook and a greasy spoon.
Well, it's not a bad occupation, but I can think of a lot of others that are nicer, can't you?
That's right.
What has your sales career meant to you, Ray?
Everything, Don. It's given us this beautiful home. We own our own office building, all the good things of life, plus a pretty prominent position in the community.
Well, in other words, your selling career has given you everything a man could ask for.
Yes, indeed it has.
Well, I couldn't be more delighted, Ray. I'm just so happy for you.
I'm very grateful, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You deserve everything. Now, what is the basis for the success these men have enjoyed? Well, it is based on a truly outstanding product. One that leads in its field and is known and wanted by families all over America. I'm going to ask one of our associates, John Kemper, to show it to you and to describe some of its remarkable capabilities.
Gentlemen, I'm here to introduce to you the most versatile appliance known to the American household. It is the Sanatronic system, a multiple-purpose system that performs over 78 tasks in and around the home. For example, the handy butler is one of the most versatile units. It does a professional job of knife sharpening. It polishes silverware and many kinds of metal objects. In the home workshop, the man of the house easily converts it into a portable, heavy-duty power tool, as I have just done, to do any one of hundreds of odd jobs or to pursue a hobby. He can use it for drilling, sanding, wire brushing, and grinding. And here's another popular use for the handy butler: to put a long-lasting wax finish on the family car. The next unit is a complete demothing and exterminating unit, giving the housewife a quick, easy, safe, and sure method to control moths and other harmful insects through the exclusive process that pulverizes and vaporizes para-dichlorobenzene crystals. Here is a portable and powerful air compressor designed to be used with a spray gun to spray lacquer, paint, floor wax, plus many other liquids. Around the yard or garden, the Sanatronic gets a workout all summer long, spraying insecticides and bug repellent. Our next money-saving unit is the Suds gun, a professional-type shampoo unit which generates volumes of extra dry suds for safe, efficient, and economical shampooing of rugs, carpets, and upholstered furniture. By using the shoulder strap to carry this lightweight, full-powered unit, both hands are free for work in difficult places. Another outstanding Sanatronic unit is this power polisher for use on wood floors or resilient floor coverings. It gets right up to the baseboard and into corners. There's no splashing, no unsightly streaks or swirls. It does a professional polishing job. Many of the country's finest hotels and motels use this full-powered Sanatronic hand-portable mattress renovator. It's also wonderful for upholstered furniture. You have seen just a few applications of the Sanatronic system. It actually performs over 78 household tasks. This one system, easy to use, simple to demonstrate, converts into at least 9 individual units, such as the mattress renovator, power polisher, tank-type unit, shampoo unit, portable air compressor, demother, car polisher and power drill, knife sharpener and grinder. All of these functions are performed with this lightweight but heavy-duty electrical power plant. It's quality built, fully guaranteed, and practically priced. The Sanatronic system enjoys a national reputation. It's the home maintenance system every housewife intends to buy someday. Thanks for letting me show the Sanatronic to you. I have enjoyed being with you very much.
I told you one of our associates would introduce you to the Kirby Sanatronic. I did not tell you that he is one of the most successful business executives in America today. That was John A. Kemper, the very capable and dynamic president of the company that produces the Kirby Sanatronic. Well, you've heard the story of the company. You've seen the product and a few of its capabilities. You've heard from men like yourselves who are doing very well selling it. Gentlemen, some of you may have had the disappointing experience of going through a series of low-paying, dull, insecure jobs that were subject to layoffs and strikes, jobs that did not offer a future. If you have had that kind of experience, why go on with it? Why not turn a new page in your life? Take the brief aptitude test that we'll be giving you in a moment. see if you qualify for a brilliant and exciting new career in selling. Our company will not consider anyone who hasn't a sound and solid chance to succeed in selling. This may be the most important day in your life. It has been a pleasure for me to share it with you. I hope you join the ranks of the most wanted and important men in America. Good luck and good selling.